Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to be making a quick little video. Maybe it won't be so quick. I don't really know how long this will take. But basically, what is coming next, what I think is coming next for the next banner after the 1, and if you should even summon on anything after the 1. Basically, my short, sweet answer as of right now is I think you should definitely save past all of these units. Some of them are good. But JP really shafted the banners, and so I just don't think it's good. There's only two ones that you might want to summon on, and that would be because of Assault Meliodas' banner. Not even because of him, in my opinion, because right now he is kind of dookie in the JP meta. And then Valenti, because she's an absolute god tier unit against the 1. Like, she really does work, especially if you can go first. But I think if Escanor goes first, he just bonks her to death and then she's dead. So yeah, that's my short, sweet little opinion. But if you want to hear the long version, this is what I would say. For Assault Meliodas, his kit is really good. Like, you have Amplify stacks, and you get Amplify stacks if you get attacked because of his passive. If all allies are demons or those with commandments, when allies take damage, increases stats by 5% and decreases defense-related stats of all enemies by 15% for 2 turns. Limit of 5 times. Applies when entering battle. So what that means, if you run in an all commandment / demon team and you take damage from the opponent, you gain a buff. They gain defensive related stats down, which means this card absolutely annihilates any unit on the other side of the field, especially if they're blue, which is the 1 Escanor. And then Rupture, if they have buffs, so if you're using Droll on your team and you attack them, and then you use this card when they have buffs, you annihilate them, you just decimate them. But unfortunately, the best team right now is, I believe, Zeldris in the back, Droll, I don't know really which one. I think the Taunt Droll is better in my opinion. And then Red Melascula with Assault Meliodas. That is their best team, but no one in their right mind has enough stones to UR gear Melascula except for the top whales like Nagato and Seaton and them. The people who've already made content on them. And it just doesn't hold up to the 1. Like, if you go first and you just stall and you don't attack, you annihilate him. So in my opinion, I think it is a skippable banner. Unless you really want to go in for the Archangel units, which they will 99% of them will be on the banner. Like, it's a 99% chance, I mean. So, if you want them and you get him, I guess that's a bonus. But they're, in my opinion, way more viable right now in terms of the meta than Assault Meliodas. Because he just doesn't have a viable team. Potentially there will be the next festival unit that will support him, but who really knows anymore? People are suggesting it'll probably be Merlin, which will be a cuck to Assault Meliodas because it's not a demon. So therefore, he'll have to wait another few months before he's even viable. Alright, now moving on. Valencia Mark II. So she was looking like an absolute god tier, beyond busted, broken unit with this card. At first, it showed that it was an AoE in the trailer or like showcase that they did, their like live stream, which would have been beyond broken. Because what she does is she nullifies all substat things. So like Sariel, he has that triple chance crit card. Yeah, that doesn't work. Goddess Liz's shield, no, doesn't work. Gother's rank up, no, doesn't work. Escanor's flood card or influx card on JP, nope, doesn't work. Like, basically you just do raw damage. And if that was AoE, she would have been the god tier most broken unit in the game, especially because she's a green unit against the 1, has really high attack if you pair her with attack crit resistance gear, which is what Nagato did, and he found out that that is probably the best gear set for her. So there's that. So you could try that if you really want to go for her. I don't think triple crit resistance gear is good enough because your attack stat is so low that I just don't think it would do enough damage to one-shot the 1. Potentially it could, but I don't know. I think you just get out CC it as well. And then she has the Sever card on all enemies. So she has Sariel's AoE, but I think because she doesn't have that grace, like Sariel, that it just doesn't crit every single hit. I believe her crit damage or crit chance, I can't remember which one, is lower than Sariel's. So she just doesn't crit every hit, and so it's not as effective. But she's still a very, very god tier unit. But I just think she's like 1 tier less than Escanor. So I don't think she's a must summon. But if you like the unit, you want to counter the 1, and you go first, I definitely think she could be a viable option. And then the other character on the banner, Easton. A very defensive unit, very boring unit to me. Like, look at this. Look at her unit rating. That is horrible. She is probably the unit you don't want. I've seen very few people, YouTubers, wail her out to no extent, and they make her work, but I just don't think it's worth it. You have to pair her with HP defense, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. But what her passive does is decreases damage that allies take from single target attacks by 6% for each of the 7 catastrophes hero in the team, including sub-slot hero. That's very good, but there's not enough catastrophe units to make her viable. Blue Lilia and Valenti are probably the only good options, and even then she just doesn't make up for that role. Like, she just doesn't fill in enough. She's kind of like Zeldris, I guess, but it's only decreases damage. If it was all stats, it would actually be pretty good, but it's still just not good enough. Her AoE card, oh, it's a single target card. Oh, so it's like Merlin's card, I guess. I thought it was like Lilia's, but no, it's like Merlin's and Tarmiel's, where it depletes 3 ultimate move gauge at level 3 and 1 at 2 and 1 star. And then she has this card. It's basically like the red Elizabeth card. I can't remember which red Elizabeth, but at level 1 just removes buffs. And at level 3, it removes buffs from all allies, grants debuff immunity, increases defense related stats by 80% for 3 turns. So, I don't know why you wouldn't just run like a Taunt Diane. She's like a worse Taunt Diane in my opinion. And then she just has ultimate orb moving, depletion. So, in my opinion, she's a very trash unit. And along with all the other characters on the banner, it wasn't that good in my opinion. I don't even know if the only other good like catastrophe unit on there was even Green Roxy. I think it might have been the red one. But yeah, I still think that Valenti was the only good unit on that banner, so I highly suggest to skip it unless you really like Valenti, then go for it. And she has really cool cosmetics, I can't lie. I actually really like her cosmetics. Can you see them down here? No, you can't, okay. So, yeah. She's the only good unit on that banner. And then there is Nanashi. First looking at him, it looked like he was an absolute garbage unit, but then it appeared he was basically like a Death Pierce kind of sub-slot character. His passive, at the start of allies' turn, increases the max HP, crit resistance, and crit defense of allies with 2 or less skill cards by 20% for 1 turn. So, oh, it didn't end. And for once per turn, when attacked, reduce the ultimate move gauge of the attacking enemy by 1 orb. So if they attack you and you have 2 cards, 2 or less skill cards, then they attack you, they lose ultimate gauge, and you gain the HP, crit resistance, and crit defense buff. Like, they're actually buffs. So if with an amplified team, it could be very good. And then his single target, Windy Itachi. Oh my god, Itachi's in the game, guys. Whoa, best character in the game. Level 1, just raw damage. Level 3 is inflicts equal damage to 360% of attack on one enemy. Removes 2 orbs from the target's ultimate move gauge, and depletes 2 skills at random. So it's kind of like Monspeed, which is pretty good, I guess, but I don't know, you could definitely cuck them over if you get rid of like a level 1s, and then they get no merge, and then they get their ultimate. So, I don't know. It's kind of a high-risk scenario. But if you get rid of a level 3, that could be absolute insane. And then inflicts despair, which is not that good. This is how Zeldris and Levi got their buff. The damage went up and the lifesteal went up by a bit. I think it was like 20 and it went up to 30% for lifesteal, but it's still not good enough in my opinion. And then amplify. So if you have the buffs, his ult does a bit of damage, but I still don't think he's good enough. And his banner was complete dog trash. You had to go to the 600 to get him guaranteed, I think, and he just isn't good enough. His banner was absolute garbage. They had like Hauser and Hellbrum and stuff on it, so high skip, very, very high skip. Do not summon for this man. And now there's the waifu Darieri. but they nerfed her cosmetics, so there's 0% chance for me summoning. I am not going to summon on this unit. I'm sorry if you guys wanted me to, but I will be skipping her 100%. I already have a lot of cosmetics for her. I don't need any more. But what she does is increases the basic stats of the hero by 10% for a max of 3 times. If the hero takes damage from enemy skills at max stack, disable the ultimate move of all enemies for 2 turns. So I guess that's good. But all you have to do is just not attack her 3 times. You just have to attack her twice, and then this just doesn't happen. But she does taunt, I believe. Yeah, she does taunt. But if you have Elizabeth, which is a very high contender, oh wait, this is a buff, isn't it? It's a buff. Okay, so I guess not that as many units remove buffs, so never mind. She taunts and increases defense-related stats by 30%, and becomes immune to stun for 1 turn. And then rank 3 taunts defense-related stats by increases defense-related stats by 8%, and becomes immune to stun for 2 turns. So I mean, it's decent, but I don't know. It should be immune to petrify as well, because Droll is on the loose with the Assault Meliodas team and whatnot. And then she removes buffs and cancels buffs and stances on 1 enemy and inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack. I wish this remove stance was at level 1, because then it could be such a cuck to like Tarmiel teams and Estarossa teams, but whatever. You have to give her some weak cards, I guess. And then her ult inflicts amplified damage equal to 630% of attack on 1 enemy, just like her regular amplify stack. So I mean, she's a decent unit, but I just don't think she's worth summoning on, considering the next few units, like probably 2 units after her, is going to be a festival unit. So I'm going to be skipping her. I understand why you would summon on her, waifu material and all that, but I don't know. I have all her cosmetics on the other one, so I don't really need hers. And then Denzel. You will not get this unit. You'll get him maybe 1/6, because the banner is complete garbage. You can't even summon on it, which is a good thing, I guess, in my opinion, because it's a horrible unit. But they give you 10 free draws, and it's 0.1% per unit. There are 60 SSRs on there. I don't know how anybody gets lucky on there. Some people in my Discord have gotten absolutely insane on this banner. Like, they've gotten like 2 or 3 Ludos, a Sariel, a Tarmian. I'm just over here like, I haven't even gotten an SSR, bro. But he's a very sub-tier character. I think this is just a free unit before a festival unit, which is what a lot of people are expecting since it's a free unit. So, whatever. Free multis, I'll take it. And what he does is increases the allies' recovery rate by 10% at the start of every turn, limit of 5 turns or times, inflicts damage equal to 180% of attack and 1 enemy, and life steals 20% of the damage. This is his single target attack. And then rank 3 inflicts damage equal to 400% of attack and 1 enemy, and life steals 40% of the damage. So basically, just has really high life steal, does decent amount of damage. And he's red. He's going to get clapped by the 1. So stupid. And then he has a stance card. Assumes a stance. When attacked, inflict corrosion damage equal to 20% of the remaining HP on the attacker for 1 turn. Like, okay, I guess it could be good on the King team, but King team is dead. And then rank 3, assume a stance 2 turns. When attacked, inflicts corrosion damage equal to 30% of a max HP on the attacker for 2 turns. And then his ultimate, inflicts damage equal to 500% of attack on all enemies. For 1 turn, the hero's HP cannot drop below 1. So, I mean, it's kind of like Melasco's passive, but you have to get an ult. And, yeah, it's kind of garbage. So, I mean, I guess if you taunt, or is this even a taunt? No, I don't think it's even a taunt. If it was a taunt, you could pair this with this, which would actually be pretty good. But other than that, I think he's a very trash unit. And so, in the conclusion, summon on him. Try to get Sariel, Tarmiel, Ludo. Summon on Valenti's banner. Try to get Valenti if you want. But in my opinion, I would definitely skip and wait for the festival unit that's going to come after these units in about a week or 2 on JP. And probably in about 2, maybe 3 months on Global. My opinion. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully this showed you what is coming and brought some light on how trash the next upcoming units are. So, hope you guys have an amazing day, and peace out.